What up, though? I'm Tia Graham, and this is Container on the Metro. Container is a Detroit-built residency supporting musicians, fashion designers, fine artists, and culinary entrepreneurs. WDET is partnering with Container to explore what it takes for these creatives to succeed in the city.
I am Brittini Ward. I am a multimedia storyteller, and this is Container on the Metro.
Brittini is the founder of I&I LLC, a creative studio, using storytelling for healing, care, and cultural preservation. The Emmy-winning artist has been featured in the Kennedy Center, Detroit Institute of Arts, Motown Museum, and has partnered with local organizations like Black Bottom Archives and Plowshares Theater Company, just to name a few. Although her work spans different mediums, it always reflects something deeper. I started the conversation asking Brittini about her paintings. Describe your visual art for someone who may be completely new to who you are.
Always based on story. Always based on the unseen, always based on feelings, the intangibles. What else? It's fun because I use anything that comes across my path. Like I have a bag of fabrics, as I'm sure every artist does, has just like this container of random items. They're like, ooh, I could use that for something, So it's always a story. So, yeah, that's where it always begins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, your work lives across so many forms: painting, graphic design, photography, poetry, performance. Is carving out your own lane as a visual artist something you're actively working on defining?
Definitely last winter, I was actively working on that. And then I'm like, Brittini, you're a storyteller. And I'm a storyteller because all of those different mediums I'm able to express myself through. So whatever the medium calls for, that's the way the story is going to be told. But there's always a story. So it's like, that's the consistency.
Brittini graduated from the University of Michigan Flint and has her master's in social justice and community organizing from Prescott College. Her work today builds on her educational pursuits, allowing her to bring people together around art. Through her exhibitions, she's intentionally creating spaces that hold community stories. I asked Brittini, when did her focus on storytelling begin?
Specifically storytelling. Honestly, it started out of grief, I guess, because with all the transitions in my family that happened in 1 year, like back to back, I felt very tied to making memories. And then I began to help others make memories. And then I realized, actually, I've been doing this through my poetry. It just was never labeled under storytelling. Yeah. So it's just like, hey, y'all, look at what our stories can do. And also look at what they look like when they're held with care and intention and fed back into the community, So our stories get way better when more than one person is telling it.
Was creativity something you grew up around, or were there artists or creative people around you in the household? Did your family shape you?
I would say my dad, definitely. I always say I hold all of his talents: dancing, singing, rapping, what else? Painting, drawing, all of those things. Always following behind my dad. Listening to his albums, listening to the music that he plays, Anita Baker, and all of the things. And now I'm like blanking, but there's so many names: Will Downing, Luther Vandross, Slick Rick. I was always surrounded by music and the arts, I guess you can say. And always encouraged to express myself in that way, no matter how it looked. My parents always encouraged me.
In 2026, Brittini curated Baba Juke, a storytelling and cultural preservation project at the Irwin House Global Arts Center and Gallery on West Grand Boulevard in Detroit. The multi-artist exhibit featured stories and works of art that honored and uplifted the musical relationships between fathers and daughters. Brittini's dad passed away in 2022. She says Baba Juke was a way to honor their bond.
It's a legacy project from my dad when he transitioned. Finally, I decided to grieve a bit different this time around and uplift that story of, unique musical relationships between father and daughter. And then you learn, once we tell the story, more than one person telling a story, it just becomes way more fuller. And so I've been doing interviews with music dads and their daughters and just learning, there's always this through line that people are using, or fathers are using music to connect with their daughters, and it impacts them significantly.
Why do it in the way that you're doing it, especially with the storytelling aspects? I've seen some of the clips as well, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I think I'm doing it because it's helping me to grieve different, honestly. And then even thinking about that today, I was like, why did anybody do anything? You know, it's really, if you really like peel back the layers, it's always something so deep and personal. And for me, it's just like, yeah, I get to be around this dad-daughter energy again. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
That's it. Honestly, it feels really good.
I painted this at Festival of Colors.
Wow.
Or this one was painted during the blue moon, which is also significant because that's literally where we're at right now, another blue moon. Yeah. This one was painted at that park, Riverside Park.
Yes.
In Southwest.
I met Brittini at Irwin House, where she showed me some of her work featured in Baba Juke. We sat in the shade of the trees and talked about her artistic process. With her African talking drum by her side, I learned more about her paintings. When people look at your work, especially when they're looking at your artwork, what do you want them to feel?
I would say I want them to feel how I felt when I painted it, because I'm always intentionally painting a thing. Like, even like these paintings right here, like I mentioned earlier, they're from outside. Like, this is me just setting up outside at like Belle Isle or outdoor concert and just painting what I feel. And so, like, when people see this one, I want them to feel like African drumming and dancing is just like a lot of energy and color and just vibrancy, you know? So when they see this, I want them to like just feel that, you know? But I also want them to feel like they can do it too, which means like they can express themselves in whatever way possible as well, you know, and just feel connected to creation because we're humans and we create first, so yeah.
And we're here at Irwin House Gallery. We talk about access and spaces to actually host exhibitions and shows. How important is it to have spaces like Irwin House?
It's so important, especially in a time where Detroit feels like it's just up for grabs if you have the highest dollar amount, you know, or you know somebody that has the highest dollar amount. That's what it feels like. I may be wrong, and maybe I'm not well-versed on where the money is funneling through. I feel like it's corporations and businesses or like endowment funds from some people that don't even live here. And so to have a home that's been here in shapeshift from a doctor's office, I think, into I don't even know, don't get me to telling the story, but now it's an art gallery, but you walk in and it feels like home. Just feels more like fertile here, more fertile ground to grow something that you believe in and feel connected to.
Peace, greetings.
Peace. Is this Jaslyn?
Yes, it is.
Jaslyn Anderson, also known as Abstract Jazz, is a featured artist in the Baba Juke project. She's been close friends with Brittini for the last 3 years, and they have supported each other through personal hardships and triumphs. Jaslyn says Brittini is dedicated to the health of her community. So for someone who's never heard of Brittini or seen her work or heard her at all, what should people know about her?
She is, I'm going to say she's a healer in the community. When I think of not even just other artists or other women or Black women, when I think of like another human being that is contributing to the wellness of all humanity, but specifically Black people, I think of her. I think of Brittini as being a true pure artist. Like, she's not going to tamper her beliefs to fit other people's agenda to make them comfortable. She's not going to water things down. She's going to give you exactly what you need. And I think that's what's missing in Detroit art scene and the world.
You got to make a choice. To accept this revolution, acknowledge your evolution, snatch back the pen that only allows strokes inside the lines, reclaim your divine, unswallow your truth and lie in it. Girl, don't act like you're not ready for this healing, raw and uncutting, letting go and unforgiving. Girl, don't act like you're not ready, because you are.
That was an excerpt of a poem written and performed by Brittini called Girl. It was part of the second season of True Colors, filmed at Spectacles in downtown Detroit. In 2026, Brittini participated in multiple fellowships, including the Preserving Black Legacy Fellowship with Black Bottom Archives and the Plowshares Leadership Program. Her work aims to reimagine Detroit's creative economy, putting the people and their stories first. But as of now, grants and residency programs are essential to her livelihood. And with all she's doing in 2026, I wanted to know what she's getting out of the container residency.
Yeah, I hope to scale. I hope to scale, of course, but I meant to say expand my network, expand my reach into the communities that can view my art and experience my art. I am looking for more funding. Shout out to them for the funding already. It's just, we are already powerful individuals. It's like we really, sometimes it just be the money, sometimes it just be the access to a space. So shout out to them for the love building, to have that space, like just little holes that I had in my systems and processes that they're helping me to fill up. What else am I looking for within Container? Collaboration, seeing what's possible. There are so many opportunities to collaborate in Detroit with creatives, but we be doing our own thing. So to have a whole residency where it's like, we're here, okay, this is time carved out for us to exist with one another. So that's helpful.
My last question to you is just about the city of Detroit itself. What has it meant to you?
Home. Yeah, the comeback, because I'm following school and degrees, and then I come back is home. The sharpener. Because being a creative out where I was at, Arizona, Texas, even Flint, different than being in Detroit. And it sharpens you. It makes you stand for who you are regardless, because they're not going to hold your hand, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this may sound bad, but the, Detroit creative ecosystem is not really sustainable here. And it's like you have to find your way. And you have to believe in yourself enough to do so, beyond the accolades, beyond the awards and the grants and the fellowships. It's really, who are you and who are you going to be outside of Detroit, within Detroit? And Detroit can smell it on you if you faking the funk. So I'm just saying, yeah, I don't know. That's Detroit. It's tough out here. But I ain't mad at it. I'm doing my best.
You can keep up with Brittini Ward, aka I&I, on social media at I&ILLC, spelled EYENEYELLC, on Instagram, Facebook, and online at IandILLC.com. Container on the Metro is brought to you by WDET in collaboration with the Love Building, with support from Gilbert Family Foundation. This series is produced by Connor Anderson, Jose Yanis, and me, Tia Graham. Our original music is done by Sam Bobian. Our audio editing is by Connor Anderson, and our executive producer is David Lyons. To hear new episodes, subscribe to Container on the Metro's podcast feed on all podcast platforms. Learn more at WDET.org/container.